Buenos días de nuevo. Empezamos nuestro cuarto día, o tercero, ya tengo un poco el tiempo descolocado. Hoy estamos arrancando la mañana, son 8 de la mañana en la marquesina de entrada de nuestro hotel, del Port Orleans Riverside. Y hoy tenemos una visita VIP, como la que vivimos en Magic Kingdom. Nuestros guías VIP nos están esperando, así es que no vamos a empezar muy tarde. Y nos vamos a Animal Kingdom. Vamos a tener visita toda la mañana en Animal Kingdom, ya os digo, visita VIP. Y luego por la tarde tenemos previsto acercarnos al Disney Springs. Vamos a comer en Animal Kingdom, hemos desayunado aquí y bueno, otro día especial porque las visitas VIP evidentemente son mucho más ágiles, más rápidas, los accesos a las atracciones son VIP y todo se hace mucho más fluido. Así es que hoy no necesitaremos sacar el Genie Plus como tuvimos que hacer ayer. Así es que vamos a pasar un día entretenido. Y el final del día pues será, como os digo, en el Disney Springs para ver toda aquella zona de ocio y de compras tan espectacular que tienen a su disposición todos los clientes, tanto los que están alojados en Disney como cualquier cliente que quiera venir a Orlando. Como nota curiosa, en el Disney Springs se encuentra la tienda Disney más grande del mundo. Se llama Walt Disney y, como os digo, es la tienda más grande del mundo de Disney. Esta mañana me he levantado temprano, he salido a caminar un rato, venía muy bien para soltar piernas, porque al final estos días en los parques, aunque es verdad que caminamos mucho, caminamos una media de 19, de 20 kilómetros, pues es una forma de caminar que lo que hace es agarrotar las piernas más que un ejercicio real. Las piernas es mucha parada, arranque, y eso, los que estáis acostumbrados a caminar ya sabéis que no es la mejor alternativa. Así es que esta mañana he salido un rato, una horita, por aquí por el hotel, que es fantástico, tiene unos paseos para caminar, para ir en bici, la verdad, es con un ambiente estupendo para primera hora de la mañana, porque hay mucha gente que sale a caminar. Era de noche, así que no he grabado nada, porque bueno, de noche tampoco hay mucho que ver. Y lo dicho, tenemos aquí detrás, no sé si las veis, allí detrás al fondo tenemos nuestras furgonetas VIP que nos están esperando y vamos a abordar ahora mismo para arrancar nuestro día. Os voy contando de todo lo que vaya aconteciendo y lo dicho, vamos a disfrutar de otro día. ¡Vamos! Nuestros guías VIP nos están esperando ya. Estas son las furgonetas en las que nos recogen. El servicio VIP incluye la recogida en el hotel. Recuerdo que este servicio es un servicio que se puede contratar.
Hola.
Hello. Hola. ¿Qué tal?
Bien, ¿y tú?
Vamos a empezar otro buen día. Contigo repetimos.
Sí.
Tú estuviste con nosotros en Magic Kingdom.
Sí.
Ay, y tú también, es verdad. Tú no. Álvaro, tú eres nuevo.
Josiah de hoy
Vale.
se llama Álvaro.
Sí.
Soy de Brasil.
No me había dado cuenta de que te llamabas Álvaro.
Sí.
No había visto el tag. Muy bien, vamos a pasar un buen día, ¿no?
Sí.
Sí, seguro. Son gente fantástica. La verdad es que son un absoluto encanto. Este transporte que vemos aquí es un transporte privado que también ofrece Disney a los parques. Fijaos la decoración de la furgoneta, y ya digo, es un transporte que se puede contratar también para llevarnos a nuestra familia a los parques y no depender de los transportes.
Sí, ya voy yo, tentando a la suerte.
Normal.
Bueno, no hemos visto la entrada general porque como entramos con el guía VIP, entramos por otro lado. La verdad es que tampoco es una entrada muy especial porque hemos entrado por el acceso que hay ahí para las personas que quieren ir al Rainforest Café. Entonces, bueno, ahora a estas horas es un acceso que está más cerca de lo que sería un acceso VIP. Y bueno, aquí tenemos el Tree of Life. Que como siempre nos da la bienvenida en Animal Kingdom. Recordad que este árbol no es un árbol lógicamente natural, es un árbol, una estructura de acero y hormigón, y fuera representa decenas de especies grabadas sobre su tronco.
Good morning to everyone. Waiting Waters is getting started very good by the Mercy Community. Come on over and hang out with us. This is actually our first show of the day. And all this, it can make extremely challenging pets to have. These two are being pretty quiet right now, but they have incredibly large screens that go from sunrise to sunset. Let me tell you, in the four walls of your home, that right there is an alarm clock with no snooze button. They're also incredibly messy. They're professionals at pooping, and they can live decades on end, making them a lifelong commitment. So it's great that you can come to places like Disney's Animal Kingdom to get your pair of great green macaw, another critically endangered species with fewer than 1,000 of them left out in the wild. Now we do have a couple of baby blue throats that are coming on in for a landing right now, but it does sound like these birds are about ready to take off on their next adventure. So get your phones and cameras up and watch as these birds take flight.
They're all gonna fly away.
And there go most of them. We saw an handful hanging out over here finishing up some of their favorite treats. Feel free to come on in and take some pictures while you're still here. Others will be here as long as they are, so feel free to ask us any questions. Whatever you do, enjoy the rest of your day at Disney's Animal Kingdom. See you later, everyone.
Thank you for joining us for Wings Encounters. Remember, together we can help ensure amazing sights like these remain in wild places for many.
Bueno, esta ha sido una buena bienvenida, este trabajo de los cuidadores con guacamayos, loros.
Vivo con el libro que le quito la...
Entramos en Dinoland, USA, la zona dedicada a los descubrimientos de dinosaurios, yacimientos arqueológicos de dinosaurios en Estados Unidos, que son realmente importantes, algunos de los más importantes del mundo.
esta acá probablemente es tu última visita para Dinoland. Eso estamos sentando, ¿sí? Ahorita no tenemos con certeza de cada atracción. Lo que estamos haciendo ahorita es que se te da en tanto con Indiana Jones. La live que vosotros ya, la live que vamos ahora.
Joining us, this is the another preview, and we're broadcasting live from the Restaurant Connoisseurs, right here at Dinoland, USA. We're celebrating the fossilized family tree of our good old pal, Donald Duck. You heard me correctly. Donald is 5 by 40
Un alligator.
Waking up crocodile. Vámonos.
Una pelo negro bordado. Ahí está, ¿ves? Esa misma, ahí está, ahí está, ahí está. Pero tenés que esperar que bajen. Pero no, tenés que esperar que bajen con ella.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Do you guys have a preference of where?
Let me check it. Amigos, ¿tenemos una preferencia donde quieres sentar?
Yes.
Frente,
Primero.
detrás, primero.
Yo también primero. Yo contigo, ¿sabes?
Al fin del mundo. Ah, nos ha jodido ya.
Stand behind this way, Mike.
¡Vámonos! Hay que subir allí.
Hasta arriba.
Claro.
¡Alba!
¿Y ahora qué? ¿Y ahora qué?
¿Ahora qué pasa?
¿Y ahora qué? ¿Y ahora qué? ¿Y ahora qué? Mira, el Coronado Tower.
Se ve todo, helénico. Es verdad.
Disney Hollywood Studios. ¡Vámonos!
Y el taxi habla, mira, 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 mira.
Acabamos de salir de Expedition Everest, sin duda una de las atracciones top de Disney Animal Kingdom. Esta montaña rusa que tiene una sorpresa cuando llegamos arriba, que no os desvelo para que no, por si venís, que la disfrutéis. Y estamos atravesando toda la zona de Asia para llegar hasta la zona de África, donde vamos a tomar el Kilimanjaro Safari. También otra de esas atracciones top. En realidad no es una atracción, porque llamarle a Kilimanjaro Safari una atracción es un poco bajarla a nivel de una atracción de feria, y esto es algo mucho más completo, más complejo. Kilimanjaro Safari al final es una muestra de la fauna, sobre todo de la zona del África Central, pero lo más importante es la labor de la más importante es la labor de conservación que se hace dentro del parque. Los animales que hay aquí, en su más amplia mayoría, son animales que provienen de zoológicos, provienen de situaciones mucho más penosas, en las que y aquí encuentran un entorno, y además se lleva a cabo una labor de conservación, reproducción de las especies, y es importante que sepáis que Animal Kingdom tiene muchos reconocimientos a nivel mundial por ONGs que se dedican a la conservación de la naturaleza. Aquí tenemos la llegada de los Cali River Rapids. Ay, sobre. Mochila no pasa nada que se moje.
Voy yo aquí. ¿Sola?
No, está conmigo. Que tampoco nos vamos a mojar tanto.
Vaya. Es bien, ahí le sonríe a todo. ¿No le diste algo y jaja, jaja? Sí, sí.
Le dicen, tú eres todo.
Para.
Bache.
Uy, empezaba a entrar agua. La mochila, papá, se te va a empapar.
Me da igual. ¿Está preparada, pues?
mamá ya se
Eso-
ha mojado.
Mira qué vista más chula. Mira qué vista más chula hay ahí con el Everest.
La mochila, papá, la mochila.
La mochila me da igual.
There they go. Go over here in the front.
See where Nero is.
Además por aquí vamos al Navy River, ¿no? Por aquí no estamos yendo al Flight of Passage. Aquí está la entrada.
Ah, sí,
Pues no.
de la última película, de la del agua. No la he terminado de ver, la empecé a ver antes de venir.
Navy River Fest. ¿Empezamos por Navy River o por Flight of Passage?
Vamos a hacer Flight of Passage.
Vale.
Si no, yo no creo que tenemos tiempo.
No, no.
Estamos andando muy devagar.
Vale.
How are you guys doing?
Hi, hi.
Si no lo sabes, significa que es más probable que no lo haces.
Hi, hi.
One, two.
Aquí lo chulo es identificar qué tanto se debe nuestra vida. Conmigo, ves también de ahí, ves a la foto. Esta es la más grande, sure. De la lights, de la Hi, hi, hi.
Okay, see the genetic matching room.
Hi, and welcome to the Avatar program. Soon, you're going to have a chance to undertake an amazing Navi rite of passage, riding on the back of a Banshee by being genetically matched and linked to an avatar. Using avatars to fly this way was all figured out by my boss, Dr. Jackie Ogden. She leads our science team, which is part of the Pandora Conservation Initiative, and we're here in the Valley of Moara studying banshees and their environment. Over a generation ago, this enormous company called the RDA created a lot of damage to the area through their bad mining practices and conflicts with the Na'vi. Just like on Earth, it can take decades for ecosystems to recover. One way to understand what's going on with an ecosystem is to study what are called keystone species. These are animals like tigers, jaguars, seals. The banshee is one of these important animals. Dr. Ogden is the foremost expert on studying the ikran and has spent years researching them. Unfortunately, banshees live high in rookeries and humans can't get anywhere near them without becoming their lunch. But the Na'vi and avatars can. In fact, the Na'vi have been riding on the backs of banshees since their earliest history. Thanks to science, avatars can ride on banshees too. That's why you're linking to an avatar. Okay, to get you flying on a banshee, we need to find each of you an avatar. Let's prep the genetic sampling.
I'm on it.
Okay, first we need to find the compatible match of your genetic material with the genetic material of one of the avatar bodies that we already have. Once we do that, you'll be able to link to that avatar and fly. Help us out and move around a bit. Almost. Yes, got him. Now, let's find you your avatar matches.
Como el Tinder. Como que rápido, macho.
Ponte bien porque esto es
Ponte bien.
Bueno,
All right, you've all been matched with avatars. Looks like they're ready for you in the next room. When the door opens, please go inside, all the way in, and stand over the same number that you're standing over now. And I'll see you in there.
Que me guarde y que me
Here are your pleasures. Make sure that we don't put this out until the next room. You're going to keep following the room to the same number that you were just standing after me. Room 1 where you will be to the right hand side of your scope. You're very welcome, everyone. Once again, make sure that you don't put this out until you reach the next room. You're welcome. That means you can away to the left hand side. Make sure the camera rolls that you're standing at.
La boca conmigo tenía mejor estilo.
Seamos sinceros.
Mira, de plano mojado.
Sí, la verdad es que es maravilloso.
Great, you've all made it. It's important that you can all see me, so move a little if you can't. Before we send you to the link chamber, let's watch this piece by Dr. Ogden, who runs the program.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Dr. Jackie Ogden from the Pandora Conservation Initiative. You're about to experience a ceremony that's very special to the Na'vi, flying on the back of an ikran, or as we call it, a banshee. To the Na'vi, connecting to an ikran and flying on its back is an incredibly important rite of passage they call Ikni-Maya. With permission from the Na'vi and in partnership with Alpha Centauri Expeditions, we can now bring this amazing experience to you. The way you'll be able to fly is by linking to an avatar that's already on the back of an ikran. Let's see how this works.
We establish a link using powerful psionic amplification equipment. A human driver is connected to an avatar, which could be physically hundreds of kilometers away. When you follow our technician into the link chamber, you'll see a series of 16 link chairs. Please go to the number that matches the number you're standing on now. First, stow your gear in the storage containers on the back wall. This should include all bags, cameras, and other items, including cell phones. It's important to push them all the way into the bin. Then get onto the chair as you would a bike. Straddle the seat, step forward, and sit down. Slide your hips forward until you are against the chest pad, and then move your feet all the way forward. Wait until you're seated before you put on your flight visors. Hold on to the hand grips as shown. It's important to hold on to the hand grips at all times. After you're seated, back and leg restraints will be firmly engaged. For your safety, throughout this entire experience, always remain seated and supervise your children.
Once the link takes place, you'll be connected to your avatar and sitting on the back of an ikran. It'll feel like you're really there. Moments later, you'll begin your flight. A Na'vi guide will lead you out. You'll experience the breathtaking beauty of Pandora, but you might also face some of its greatest challenges. Some of this flight might be intense, but trust your guide and be brave. As the Na'vi say during this important rite of passage, Sivak Ho, rise to the challenge. Good luck.
All right, you ready? let's get you into the link chamber.
Alright everyone, you will be restrained at the height above the ground and the floor won't move. If you have a fear of heights, spread motion sickness, or unable to remain seated for the 4.5 minute flight and would like to be opted out, please let me know throughout the other room. My room 1 through 8, you follow me first, 9 through 16, follow behind them, and 1 through 8 first.
Okay.
Attention drivers, stow your gear on the back wall and then get onto the link chair the way we showed you in the video. Then put on your flight visors. For your safety, throughout this entire experience, remain seated. Lean forward, holding onto the hand grips.
Okay.
Supervise your children.
Para su seguridad, durante toda esta experiencia deberán permanecer sentados, inclinarse hacia adelante agarrando las barras y supervisen a sus niños. Gracias.
Welcome in, travelers. Once you take a seat, slide all the way forward towards that chest pad. Feet forward, hips forward.
Esta es más cómoda que todo.
Estamos comiendo en el Tiffins Restaurant, uno de los restaurantes de servicio en mesa en el área de África. Después de una estupenda comida en el restaurante Tiffins que os he enseñado, pues vamos a Festival of the Lion King, este espectáculo alucinante que vais a ver, que se parece mucho a los montajes preparados para Broadway, en un entorno, que en un teatro que está diseñado especialmente para el espectáculo. Así es que, como podéis comprender, pues reúne todas las necesidades. Vamos a entrar también por un lugar especial y vamos a acceder a una zona reservada. Tenemos aquí a nuestro guía Álvaro de hoy y vamos a acceder por aquí seguramente. Bueno, vamos a acceder por aquí al espectáculo. Una entrada diferente a la del resto de visitantes. ¿No? Esta de la izquierda es la entrada del Lighting Lane, porque este espectáculo está dentro del Genie Plus, o sea que se puede entrar de forma preferente por el Lighting Lane.
Digo, no voy a hacer que me tiran la esta. Claro, eso me pasa así. Claro que hacen el ritmo.
Are a matter of pride. It's clear from your fake out expressions. The lights are not all on upstairs, but here be prepared.
Bueno, aquí estamos en la zona de África. Venimos del espectáculo del Festival of the Lion King, del Rey León. Y bueno, hoy estoy hablando menos con vosotros porque la verdad es que vamos un día un poco loco. Con mucha prisa a todas partes porque tenemos que aprovechar para verlo todo. Teníamos la comida reservada a las 11:30 de la mañana, horario para comer norteamericano, y bueno, antes de eso ya lo habéis visto, hemos estado en Expedition Everest, hemos estado en Cali River Rapids y en Flight of Passage de Avatar para hacerlo antes de comer, ya que bueno, normalmente es una atracción que recomiendo que se haga antes de comer o con el estómago no muy lleno por aquello del posible mareo. De hecho hemos tenido un pequeño incidente con uno de los compañeros que ha tenido un mareo importante, ha tenido que acudir a los servicios médicos para que le atendieran un poco y bueno, sobre todo recuperar el tono y ya está. Bueno, lo dicho, estamos en la zona de África y en la zona de África vamos al Kilimanjaro Safaris. Estamos haciendo una pequeña parada, pero nos vamos ahora mismo. Tenemos que hasta más o menos las 4 de la tarde para aprovechar este tiempo. Así es que, bueno, ya os digo, pequeña parada y seguimos ruta. Queremos hacer el safari y queremos ir a Navy River en Avatar, así es que espero que nos dé tiempo de todo. Os lo voy enseñando según vayamos. Venga, chicos, seguimos ruta.
But there's a tour guide in the end. Do you see the last tour guide over there? Yeah, that's the one.
Mantengan las manos.
ponte allí en la izquierda. No, ponte. Yo lo he visto muchas veces, tú no.
Bienvenidos a Kilimanjaro Safari.
Thank you. Hello everyone, my name is Selena. I'm going to be your safari guide here today. Before we get out of the reserve, I do have a few safety reminders. Please make sure to keep your hands, arms, feet, legs inside the vehicle at all times and that you remain fully seated throughout our entire journey today. If you take a look above your head, we have an animal spotting guide. You can use that guide to help me spot some animals on here on the reserve. I can't promise that we're going to see all of them, but I usually have some pretty good luck. So we're going to be heading into the Harambe Wildlife Reserve in just a few moments here. The word Harambe means come together, so we're going to see how these animals live and exist together in their environments. So if you have any cameras or any phones that you're using as a camera, make sure you have them ready so we can take lots of pictures of the animals. It's been a pretty busy day today, so we're hoping that we'll get some pretty good views. So our first stop here is going to be the Little Aturi Forest. Animals in here tend to be shy. They like to use camouflage to blend in with their environment, so we're going to see what we can find today. So up here on the left-hand side, we're going to see the bongo. And the bongo has a nickname of the ghosts of the forest because of how rare they are to spot in the wild. And they have antlers that angle backwards to help them get through thick vegetation and underbrush very quickly. So on the right-hand side, we have the okapi, and the okapi have stripes on their legs that make them look like they're related to the giraffe, or excuse me, related to the zebra, but they're actually related to the giraffe. They have long prehensile tongues they use to grab vegetation. Their tongues are so long they touch their eyeballs and touch their ears. So we are going to see the saddle-billed stork up ahead. And we have the greater kudu up ahead on the right-hand side. They're high up in those trees right there. And the greater kudu are one of the tallest antelopes in Africa. They're the second tallest antelope here on the reserve. They stand at 55 inches tall at their shoulder, and they can leap about 8 feet forward. So we are going to pass by the saddle-billed storks up here on the right-hand side. They're named after the little yellow patch that's on their beak. It's shaped like a saddle. Those birds grow 5 feet tall and have a wingspan of 9 feet, about the same width of the canopy that's above your head. So we're going to see some pink-backed pelicans here on the right-hand side. The pink-backed pelicans get their name for the pink skin that occurs on their back during mating season. Now these animals are colonial nesters, so they'll nest between 20 and 500 pairs with a group of 40 to 1,000 pink-backed pelicans. Pretty good view here of the Safi River as well. One of the ways that you can help out your waterways is by checking your sunscreen to see if it is reef safe, or being aware of how much water that you use and conserving as much as possible.
So on this left-hand side, we're going to see some Nile crocodiles. The Nile crocodile can eat half of its body weight in one sitting, and they can go months without eating if food is scarce. Mother and father crocodiles are pretty great parents, and they'll gently roll their eggs in their mouth, softens up their shell, and it makes it easier for their babies to hatch. But right now we're going to hang out in this area because there's some giraffes up ahead that have been hanging out in the road. Hoping that we'll get some pretty good views, but they're kind of hanging out in the pathways. So start bringing them.
Si es que no hay nada como una madre.
So we're going to be heading into the savannah here, and the savannah hosts millions of migrating animals every year, and it's home to Africa's most well-known animals such as zebras and giraffes. I'm hoping that we'll be able to spot some. As we're heading in here, we get a pretty good idea of what's going on. There's lots of open spaces.
Eso se hacen en el Animal Kingdom Lodge. Las organizaciones. Sí, por aquí. A una pasta muy gorda.
It's pretty busy down there. You can already see some giraffes that are in there. A few giraffes are out there. Those are going to be the Maasai giraffe. When we get a little closer, we're going to be able to see their kind of coat pattern. And they don't have those clean lines around their spots like the reticulated giraffe that's on your spotting guide does. They have like an irregular coat pattern. We'll see a little bit better view once we get a little bit further up. So I can see the springbok antelope that we're going to see up ahead here. On the right hand side, they're very small. They're the smallest antelope that's on the reserve here. They can jump 6 feet straight up into the air repeatedly and about 13 feet forward. Actually, a symbol of our sports teams over in South Africa. So we're going to see the African painted dogs on the left-hand side up ahead here. The African painted dogs are named after their fur pattern. It kind of looks like they have paint on them. They are Africa's most successful hunters. They have a catch rate of 90%. And they do so well because they communicate with each other. And there's on the right-hand side, looks like there's a giraffe that has the zoomies over there. So we're going to see the Hartman's Mountain zebras coming up on the left-hand side. There's some baby zebras over here. The Hartman's Mountain zebra is the only type of zebra with a dual lap. It's an extra flap of skin underneath their neck. Helps aid in blood circulation, helps keep them cool on hot days. So the sable antelope are back there with them over there in that left-hand corner, and the sable antelope are pretty special. They're the symbol of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve, and that's because of how courageous they are. In a choice between fight or flight, they'll choose to fight. Just always fight to protect these animals in the environment that they live in. Passing by some termite mounds here, and these termite mounds are made out of dirt, dung, and saliva. And when they get hard enough, animals like elephants will use them as a scratching post. Really good view there of that irregular coat pattern that I had mentioned before. Adult Maasai giraffes grow about 18 to 20 feet tall. And when they're born around 6 feet tall. They have about a 6-foot drop the moment that they're born. So giraffe actually the same number of neck bones or vertebrae. African elephants are social creatures, and the females and their young will hang out in large groups together, and the males will form a loose bachelor group, or sometimes they will kind of hang out on their own. We're going to see some tusk marks on that right-hand side. And those tusk marks are caused by the African elephants. And there's some more there on the left-hand side. But they'll scrape up against that clay and they'll eat it. And they eat it because it contains the minerals that they need, like how we take vitamins. Right-hand side, we have some baobab trees as well as on the left. But those African elephants are flapping their ears, and it runs air over the blood vessels that run through their ears, and it helps keep them cool on hot days. We're passing by those baobab trees, and baobab trees survive by storing water in their trunk, and they stay leafless about 9 months out of the year. Baobab trees have a few different nicknames. One is the upside down tree, and the other one you might be familiar with is the tree of life. So we have some flamingos coming up on the left-hand side, and the group of flamingos is called a flamboyant. So here we have that flamboyant of flamingos. This particular species is the greater flamingo, and the lightest colored flamingo in their family. They get their color from the brine shrimp that they eat, and over time it turns their feathers pink. So make sure that we are fully feeding again, my friends. These roads are very bumpy. It takes about 1 to 2 years to get that full pink color. When they're born all gray and fluffy. So we're coming up here by a mud wallow, and this mud wallow was caused by white rhinos. We're going to pass by on the left. It's a young rhino right there. We're going to see some ostriches. We'll have a pretty cute view of them too. So ostriches are the largest bird. They have wings, but they do not fly. They use those wings for balance. Comes in handy because they can run at 40 miles an hour. They have two black lines on their face, or excuse me, not two black lines on their face. They have two of those big old wings right there, and it's really, really helpful for the changing directions. They're hanging out by those ostrich eggs back there, and each one of those eggs weighs 3 pounds, and it's the equivalent to 2 dozen chicken eggs. Those shells are so strong, the average man can stand on them, and they will not break. So we're coming up here on the warden's post, and I can spot some Nigerian dwarf goats. So these goats are used for their dairy products, such as milk and cheese, and they take up a lot less land than cattle, so they're easier on the environment. They're very cute. Their milk is considered high value, so selling that milk helps take away the need to rely on wildlife.
Bueno, vamos a entrar a Navy River en Pandora, la segunda atracción de Pandora.
Deixar o Rei Leão.